channel, y'all. I think I'm gonna go with the squad that never settles. So what's up to the squad that never settles? Because we're never settling. We're gonna get this money, keep getting more and more and more, keep securing more bags, keep doing us, doing DIYs, learning life, and carrying on. But I'm gonna be making some mac and cheese. It's gonna be like a my mac and cheese is so good. It's like you're gonna get all up in this recipe. You wanna smack your mama. Anywho, if you wanna learn how to make this mac, you know, keep it locked. All right, y'all. I'm ready to put these noodles on. So you're gonna need your noodles. Let me tell y'all what y'all gonna need for this mac. So boom, you got your noodles. I'm making my mac a different way. I switch it up a lot. So this is just gonna give y'all, we're only making a small pan. Let me show you the pan so you know how much this is for. It's only 2 of us. We're doing like a practice run for something that we're working on. This is the pan that's gonna fill up. So you need mozzarella. So mozzarella. You're gonna need, hold on. You're gonna need sharp cheddar. You're gonna need, this is the secret weapon, one of them. Philadelphia cream cheese and creamy melt Kolby Jack, period. Oh, and one more thing you're gonna need, heavy cream. I was looking for it, trust me. You're gonna need a stick of butter. So that's that on that. I'm about to pour these macaroni noodles in, and then we're gonna wait. Put a little salt in there, a little oil. So at this point, I got a little call, but you're gonna grab your oil, put a little dash of oil in there, and I also put, after I pour the oil in, I'll put a little bit of salt, and then, you know, you just let it boil like normal, but you don't want to cook them too long, so you want to cook them right before they're ready. So cook them until they're like al dente, and then once you bake it, it'll get a little more cooked anyway because it was absorbing everything in the pan with it. So you just want to let them boil until right before they're about to be right. So like probably boil for like 7 minutes instead of like, you know, getting too crazy. Once it's boiling, let it sit for like 7 minutes and then take it off. If you watch my videos, you know I don't do any measuring, so I just poured enough to cover the bottom of the pot. That should be easy enough, right? So for the size pans that I have, you want to just sprinkle in like half of the, like maybe like a little more than half of the bag. So you just want to have enough so that you can sprinkle some on top at the end without having to, you know, get more cheese. In the meantime, I was cooking some fish. Check out my fish. And I have a video all about how I make my fish. It's fried to perfection and it's still so juicy. So get into that video too. I'll put the link in the description box. Now, for the cream cheese, you're just going to take half of the block of cream cheese. So you're just going to squeeze it, like basically take your thumb and press down in half, and then open up the foil, and then you'll drop it right in. Now you do want to add a little bit of seasoning to taste. This can be your preference. I'm using a little adobo seasoning. You know, cheese is already salty, so give it a little stir. You can add a little bit of garlic powder at this point, but from there, just stir it up a little bit, let it cook down some. You see it's cooking down pretty easy. And then after a few minutes, you'll have your cheese sauce. You can also add a little bit more heavy cream if necessary at this point, but you don't really need to. So this process, look how good the cheese came out, like.
Yeah.
And this saves you baking time, like when you have once you put it in the oven, you're just like basically browning the top, so that you can have that good crust. But do you see this cheese, like? Now to take it a step further, if you like crunchy parts in your cheese, like the crust, you just let it cook a little bit further on the bottom, and it'll like brown the bottom, and then you scrape that when you go to put it into your pan. So this process what I'm doing right now is just basically getting the bottom to get a little bit of crust, and then you'll have it throughout the mac and cheese instead of just on the top. If you don't like that, you can just move forward to the next step. Now you're going to use whatever pans you're using to put your macaroni noodles in, and you're going to just take the sauce and pour it right over top. I'm sorry my camera was like a little blurred. I recorded this on a phone and saved it and then sent it to my phone. So I'm not sure really what happened, but this is the part where it gets nice and juicy. And I'm going to get into this ASMR for y'all really quick, because who doesn't like the sound of mac and cheese? You want to really take your time when you're mixing up the cheese, because it can spill all over the place. So you want to just like take your spoon and like dig into the cheese sauce and macaroni noodles, and then move it around slowly. You see how I'm being real gentle, because I want to make sure the cheese is in every area of the mac, but I also don't want it to overflow and, you waste cheese that way.
Gotta take your time, right, champ?
Yeah.
Let's let them hear that crackle.
You know what that means?
Okay? Means you got that good stuff.
Y'all hear it. What sauce say? Y'all see it.
Okay. Y'all see it. You want to make sure all the noodles is covered.
Shout out to sauce.
Get it close, Tom.
Is it as close as
Oh, it is close?
Yeah.
All right. I think that's good.
Yes, sir. Yeah. That's how you make a mac.
Come over here. It's your friends. Back.
What's going on right there? Somebody gonna be looking at you now like, honey, those are so cute.
It's always what it over.
And the stick of butter is to keep it extra moist when it's inside of the oven baking, because what I do is once I set it in and I bake it for like 5 minutes, I'll go ahead and set it on broil for an additional 5 minutes. The broil just go ahead and speeds up the process of browning the top and getting it nice and crusty, but the butter keeps it from drying out from that.
It's still on, right?
And now I'm using a little bit more adobo just because it's about to go in the oven. I want to make sure it still has some seasoning. And then now you're going to use your other cheeses that are left over and just sprinkle them over top. It's pretty, easy at this point. So you're just going to go back. It's the Kolby Jack. Sprinkle some of that on top of each one so that you can have that nice crust. You're going to do that with all the cheeses. So I'm just going to show y'all. Now you just pop them in the oven on 350 and then let them cook for about 5 minutes. Then you switch to broil for 5 minutes and this is what you'll have next.